Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle
Hey
all.
squad, it's me Maddie, and today I have some news to share. Today is gonna be a story time. So this has been going on. The story time that I'm about to share has been going on for a while now, and I just like my mom just decided to go take a look at, and this is the position that we're in right now. I know you guys can't see. I will show you guys photos, insert photos in there, and yeah. So basically, I so this started about 5 or 6 months ago, and it's been a while. And today I decided to go to get it checked out. So it's been a while. So it happened about like and 6 or 5 months ago. And that's what my mom said. So I'm just going off of what my mom said, how long it was, because I thought it was like shorter than that, like 3 months. But that's what she said. So yeah, so basically what's going on is my bones are not growing white right in my left foot. So that's basically the moral of this story. But I'm gonna tell you guys, I don't know exactly how it happened, but I'm gonna tell you guys how it started. So I started like when I was in about a year ago, when I was in the fourth grade, so about 2 years ago. um Oh no, 5 years, 1 year ago. So the fourth and the fifth grade. So 1 and 2, 2 years and 1 year ago. So basically, no, not 3 years ago. Okay, but so I used to do Girls on the Run, and if you guys don't know what Girls on the Run is, it's a program where all of these girls get to run and they get to race, and it's just really, really fun. And when I was there, I had accidentally hurt my ankle, and yeah, so that was when I was in the fourth grade. The fourth grade, I accidentally hurt my left ankle, which is fractured. I mean, not fractured, but my bones are not, growing right. So I had accidentally sprained my ankle when I was running. I twisted it, and nothing broke. I think I just sprained it, and yeah, so I had to have crunches for about 4 to 3 weeks. So it was really bad. I had to go to school with crunches. I had to stay home. Most of the majority, I did not go to school. And yeah, so that happened. That was my first time. And then I was still in the fourth grade, and the school year hasn't ended yet. And I was back on Girls on the Run because my foot healed, and I went to the doctors, and they said I could start, running again. So I started running again, and it took me about 2 weeks for me to adjust, like I can run again. So I wasn't like, yes, let's run like that day, or the day before, or something like that. I had to at least adjust to it because I was really scared if I do run on it, something would happen. Because like when you let your bones sit for like, it wasn't something that like this, just with crunches too. And when you have your bones sit like that for a long period of time, or weeks or even months or years, it like your bones have to get used to, yeah, like you have to get used to your bones being like that and in that position. So you have to move your bone around, and you don't want to just run on as soon as it gets out the cast. So I did not do that. I like let my bones rest like for 2 weeks at least. And once I did that, I just went on to run on Girls on a Run, and then they was asking like, where have you been? Where have you been? I told them I like my friends. They was asking because like I'm sure like nobody friends want to do that. So so that second time I was on Girls on a Run, and I don't know, I was running and I was perfectly fine. My ankle was perfectly fine. And then when I was running, I was about to finish, and I was like this pain in my toe, which was on the left foot again. This pain in my toe was so bad. Like, I don't even know what it was. And I got to the doctors, and I said I sprained it again. So I just have a lot of issues with this left foot. So, and then I sprained my right ankle. So it's just a lot going on with my feet. I got 2 injuries on my left foot and 1 injury on my right foot. So three now. So three on my left foot. So yeah, I had to go to the hospital. And then the third one, I was at daycare and I was running. We was playing hide and go seek, and I had to run real fast. And I sprained my ankle. The ambulance came, and because they're cautious, so they had to call the ambulance and then call my mom. So the owner of the daycare carried me out into the daycare. It was a man, so but I don't. He wouldn't let my mom. Not wouldn't, but he didn't want my mom to because she was pregnant at the time. So she didn't. He didn't want to put that pressure on her. So yeah. Um yeah, so we had to go to the hospital, and then I was fine. I was crying. And then when we got to the hospital, I was fine. And then they told me that I sprained my ankle, and they're like, "You always sprain your ankle or doing something." And cause I literally went there every time, so they was like, "You keep coming back, don't you?" And yeah, so that's the history of my feet, and I had to tell the doctors that, and they was like, "Wow." But yeah, so I stopped doing Girls on the Run because that's what really caused all of my injuries. Only one. So my toe was Girls on the Run. Not caused, but that's where I was at. So I stopped. Like I just stopped doing it, and yeah, so I stopped doing Girls on the Run. And I still went to daycare, but I didn't go to daycare for like a while, and I didn't go to school for a while. So yeah, so it was just like crazy. So now we're here, and the last time I ran was I was in Delaware, which was about in December it'll be a year. I mean in January it will be a year. But yeah, so in January it'll be a year. So it has been at least 9 months. Oh no, like 11 months because 12 months is a year, and it's December. I was thinking it was November, but yeah, so it has been 11 months. Maybe 11 months and a few days. But yeah, so in January it will be a year, and now we're here. We live somewhere different, and yeah, North Carolina, somewhere different. North Carolina. I live in North Carolina now, and I'm originally from Philly, but that's not important because we're not talking about where I'm from. But yeah, so now we're here, and um, it started like about like 6 or 5 months ago. I did regular things like I ran. I always like not run but jogged, and that's when like I started to feel the pain, and I'm like I just did all of this stuff to my ankle, and like it could be just be because I haven't ran in a long time, but not like I don't know, but I had from that point where I actually started, I hadn't ran in a long time. So I was like, my bone is just getting used to me jogging, like that's kind of running slowly. So my bone is just getting used to it, and I didn't pay no mind. And then 2 months started going to 3 months, and I'm like, I don't really like I don't know. It just probably because I did sprinted and sprained and all that stuff. So I didn't really pay attention to it. But then when 4 months came, I'm like, okay, this has been going on for a while now, and it's actually hurting me. So I told my mom, and she was just like, okay, I'll make an appointment. Okay, I'll make her. No, the 5th month, I told my mom, and she was like, okay, I'll make an appointment. Okay, I'll make an appointment. And it didn't feel that long. It didn't even feel like a month that went on, and it was now 6 months. And my mom was like, okay, I'm finally gonna make an appointment. And she made it like the 5th month, just like late, so it went on to the 6 months. But she had made the appointment, and then the place that we went to, they was like, oh, I have to reschedule it, and they kept rescheduling it. I don't know why, but like time went on, so that's why half of the time I wasn't even in like the doctor's office because they kept rescheduling it, and then they would never call my mom back. It took like them weeks to call my mom back to let them know that I am not rescheduled and I can come in at that certain time and blah 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 blah. So they kept rescheduling it, and then they kept saying that, they just kept rescheduling it, and then they took weeks to call my mom back. And then they finally called my mom back, and my mom talked to them and tell them what was going on, and she set up the appointment, and then they was like, yeah, we could do this. And my mom didn't have her hopes on it, because every time she did set up a meeting, an appointment with them, they would always reschedule it. So she didn't have her hopes up. She told me, like, I might not go because they're rescheduling it, but I did. They did not reschedule it, and they was like, you could come in at this time, that day, which was yesterday. And yeah, so they was just giving me a reminder yesterday, to come in, but that when they actually scheduled it, it was like a few weeks ago. So, I had went, I normally like run and stuff, and I don't do it no more. The last time I sprinted was last week, and it started hurting, so I stopped, and it was because my mom was exercising with me, so I stopped. And yeah, so I stopped after last week because it just started hurting me. And the thing is, like, it won't hurt. It hurts me if you purposely press on it, and then, like, it hurts if you run on it or walk on it for a long period of time, because if you run on it, that's just gonna hurt. But afterwards, so after you're done running, it's gonna start hurting, not when you're running. And then when you walk on it for a long period of time, it hurts. So yeah. So um so yeah, that was last week. And then today I went in, and they told me that my bones wasn't growing right. So I'm gonna show you guys what I have on my foot, and then I'm gonna insert some photos, and then that would be the end of the video. But ooh. So this is what I have on my foot, and it's a cast, and it's not a cast that you can't get wet. You can take this off, and the only time you can take it off, the only time I can take it off is when I'm going to bed or I'm getting in the shower. So I have to keep it on for the rest of the day, and I have to keep it on for 3 weeks. So that's bad. It's like a cast. It's just that you could get. Yeah, but they're gonna check in. If my bone doesn't grow right, then I probably have to leave it on for even more, longer. But if my bone doesn't get healthier, we go back in 2 weeks, and if my bone did not get better, then just gonna have to keep wearing it until it gets better. Or they didn't say that. They said if it does not get better in 2 weeks, they're gonna have to actually put a cast on it. So, a real one. So, I'm really scared that I'm really hope that my bone gets, healed. But yeah. So, that was basically a story time on how this all happened. I really think it's because I did all that stuff to my foot, but only God knows. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much. Bye!